When did I feel or know? At some point today. Taylor's not playing. Kate is, and we got to adjust a few things. And we did that. Yeah.
They look like you're a little bit disjointed maybe early or just getting on.
Well, you know, that we'll that we can handle adversity, that we're not in a bad place between the years, that the season is still very young, and that you know, reinforcements are on the way. But the opportunity for a couple of young players to get that kind of game experience, I think, is invaluable. I think Am obviously did a very good job, and she will grow from this. And Raven made a couple of nice plays in the second overtime. Kate Kraft, I don't know if she can play better defensively than she played, and she will make shots as she progresses. She's a much better shooter than the numbers say tonight. And there is more because Ashley Adams sort of gone from being a player who led the Big Ten in block shots last year to a player who doesn't appear to be allowed to block a shot. So she sat down very early.
In that second overtime, there was 60 basically what's the what goes on in those overtimes?
Well, it depends on the circumstances and the situation. We put a little wrinkle in to try to make it a little bit easier for M to get into the lane, and a little action on the other side of the floor that allowed her to get into the lane, and we had a little bit of success with that. And then Raven also benefited from that set because the floor had opened up a little bit, and she was able to come in a couple of nice baskets out of it.
When did you know Taylor wasn't going to play, and how do you think you guys performed without Taylor?
I didn't know till pretty much right before the game. A little bit before the game, we prepared ourselves to be able to play without our best player, but we fought hard in that game, 55 minutes. It's tough, but we worked, and we didn't stop. We played to the end.
You have played these other games so much.
Because we're pretty good at it. We've been working on it. Last couple of weeks, I thought we had gotten our basketball IQ had gotten to the point that we could play. It's a matchup, and you gotta be thinking, you gotta be talking, you gotta be moving, and you have to identify where certain players are for sure. And I think for the most part we did a good job. I think our inside folks did do quite the job that they need to do. But as I referenced before, you know, it's tough for Ashley to do a job when she's not on the floor.
Follow up. Shutting off because inside game for the most part. Until that third overtime. The byproduct from the fact that Ashley out there.
Well, we've got one, but that time Teresa's out. There's a couple things that took place at that point.
What do you think of Oscar?
Well, you know, she is who she is. I mean, she hangs around. She's a terrific rebounder. I'm not sure she's as good a shot blocker as we made her look tonight. I think she's a good shot blocker. We made her look like. And he blocks her. A little kindness. She has a triple double.
Confrence, do you take out of this game?
I mean, the this game, like I said, we played hard. You know, I mean, we didn't even have our best player out there on the floor, so that says a lot about our team. And so for this game, we're just going to take it to the next with the same energy.
With that, the minutes that they got, the minutes that showed them
I mean, yeah, they came in and gave us some real good things, especially Kate playing defense. The best defense out there. She had her hands on a lot of balls, everything. All of them, they really helped us tonight.
Anything else?
Thank you.
We have Purdue head coach Sharon Versyp, juniors Courtney Moses, and KK Hauser, and senior Sam Osterello. We'll start with a brief statement from Coach.
We knew Ohio State was going to come in and obviously play us hard and try to get a win with one of their best players being out. It's tough in this league to be 0-3 to start out, and they really came in and played a great basketball game. Our players, it came down to defense as always. We always harp on defense. Defense wins championships, and that's exactly what happened today. Going into those 3 overtimes, and we were a little out of sync. You could tell it was 9 days off. We kind of got a rhythm going. On offense, we were pretty stale, but hopefully that will all change now that we're back into a routine.
We'll go to questions for the student athletes so we can get them out of here so they go to class.
Courtney, what was different about the third overtime? It seemed like you guys were able to get the ball inside a little bit easier than which you hadn't necessarily been doing the first 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah, our posters did a really good job of running. One of their posts started cramping up, so we took advantage of it. And all the guards did a good job of finding the post and getting the ball. And Dee Williams hit down a huge 3 in the corner for us.
Sam, just where were the openings finally in that zone for you and Dre to capitalize?
There were a lot from the beginning of the game, but we just started actually going to them. Kind of in the mid-paint area, mid-post area, excuse me, and on the weak side, ceiling on the weak side, there was openings.
Sam, when you look at your line specifically, what sticks out?
51 minutes. 8 blocks, I would say. And only 2 fouls with those 8 blocks.
KK, obviously 2 overtime games before this. When you guys are in this situation, is that just the experience that's finally coming out? Because you guys have been there, kind of done that.
Yeah, and I also think it's just our will to win, and just sticking together. We make things happen in overtimes. Clearly, we're used to it. So next game, we're gonna try to win in regulation.
JK, you guys get big shots from Courtney and Sam and Dre, you get one, but Dee's, was sort of unexpected there, the shot in the corner. Just how big at that point was that to be able to get those points and sort of give you the biggest cushion over times?
It was huge. I thought I was slowly dying out there, but then I just got fired up when Dee knocked down the shot from the 3. But like I said, we come together to make plays at big times like that, and it was huge of Dee.
Courtney, it looked like it's a long game with triple overtime, but you still seem to have a ton of energy throughout the entire night. So, how'd you keep yourself going, keep that motor going for the entire game, and make sure you guys can close out and win it?
You have to have the energy to keep going. Especially, we've been working in conditioning since the summer, so it all comes into play now. And we want to win at the end of the season. We're not going to look back and say, "Oh, we won in overtime," so we won that game. And so that's what we just have to win.
Were you guys still pretty confident, even down 6, I think, with 2 minutes to go in the double overtime? You had to make some plays there in a very short amount of time to get back in. Just talk about that stretch there a little bit, and sort of how you got back in it.
Yeah, we're put in these situations in practice all the time, and we've been going over them the last, the whole season, the last few days. Definitely we've been going over these situations, and we just all believe in each other, so it's just we stay together, stuck together, and that's what it came down to.
KK and Courtney, can you talk about Sam's game a little bit? Obviously, when you look at that, she kind really anytime you get a block, it kind of energizes you, right?
Yeah, I think that Sam, she did it silently. During the game, we knew that she was doing what she's going to do, and we expect that of her, and to come at the end of the game and look at her stat line. It's awesome, and she has to do that for us.
Yeah, I agree. Sam just been stepping up. She's been playing exceptionally well lately. It's not a surprise to us. It's Sam, it's how she plays. I'm just glad, she's coming on big games and performing like this.
Do you have any other questions for student athletes?
The last time you had a 19 rebound performance, you said you didn't remember any part of the game. Do you remember some of this game?
I remember all of this game. Yeah, I definitely was in the zoned out game like Nebraska.
Which is good. To win these games, what's this tell you about your team and where you're at?
We can persevere through anything. I mean, 3 games in, all overtimes. It's unreal. I think it also shows how close we are as a team and how much confidence we have in everybody. You saw everybody hit big shots. For us, it's like KK said, like it's not unexpected to see that with our teammates. So it's kind of nice to show up for the world what everyone can do, and everyone steps up in big key moments.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, ladies.
Good night, everybody.
We'll go to questions for Coach Versyp.
All game, you're battling that zone. What happened in that third overtime to allow you to get more consistent touches inside?
We made an adjustment. We went 3 out and put 2 posts low. They were in a 1-3-1, so it was an adjustment. So we just put 2 low posts, and they had to choose one or the other, and that's how we got easy layups. We got Dre the ball. KK made 2 incredible passes to her, and that changed the tide. And then being able to attack the baseline, it was totally unreal. We attacked the baseline. Edie was wide open, and those are the shots that we work on. So it was an adjustment, and our kids performed well and was able to make the shots.
You look at the lead changes, and at the end of the first half, there was only one. It was that first 3-pointer from Courtney, and then after that, it was 6 times. And the first one came just at 3 minutes, around the 3-minute mark in the second half. What kind of happened there when Ohio State kind of started coming back?
I mean, they were just being able to attack. They were attacking, trying to take players off the dribble. Emerson Olsen's a very nice player. She's just physical, so was really doing a good job getting to the basket. She played a great game. We recruited her, really great kid. So I thought that was the big thing that changed for them. We got stale on offense, and we have to continue to get better. Our bench has to continue to get better and make plays and be able to utilize. But we had a 16-point, about a 14, 16-point lead, and then it went an 8-0 run, and then we made adjustments as well, and then. They made plays, we made plays.
You rode the starters there throughout the overtimes. Is that sort of a credit to the condition that they're in a little bit, and just being able to stick with them and ride them to the end?
We had to, because as you go with the game, if other players are really stepping up and helping you on the bench, then you want to be able to put them in. But they didn't make many adjustments either. They kind of stay with their players, we stay with ours. You just have that confidence and that will. Really the best conditioned kids were on the floor. Because one, they've been playing a lot of minutes. And they're the ones that have been on the floor when we've been able to get in our overtime wins.
When you look at your players' eyes in this situation, what do you see?
Just confidence, They're like, come on! They said at one time they just kind of leaned in the huddle, laying on each other, just like, make a free throw, get a stop, come on. So they knew that they did play exceptionally well on offense. They knew they weren't clicking. But they never had a doubt. I mean, you just look in their eyes and you can tell, the eyes are the soul of everybody, and you can tell, and they never questioned, that they could come back if we're down by 4, down by 5. Our defense had to win today.
Sharon Versyp's performance, obviously being able to follow up the performance she had at Nebraska, seemed pretty impressive.
Very impressive. We're expecting the rebounds from her, but to consistently score the ball like she has differently. Nice pull-up jump shots, taking it to the hole, finishing. But I thought our 8 blocks were key. I mean, those are, you know, we got the majority of her blocks defensively, so that was big. And that's just the knack ball. They were using the shot clock the entire time, so her timing on being able to block a shot, that helped her actually. So she, you know, she just played amazing. So it's great for our team.
I know you like your team to resolve in these overtimes, but would you like to see them maybe stomp on the team and down a little bit too? They're up by 6 with 50 seconds to go in the Nebraska,
Yeah.
a few minutes to go here, and might not have been able to go to those.
Right. No, we discussed that. You know, I think when we got ahead, make adjustments, and then somebody makes a run, we got to go back and make a run. But you know, we just have to continue to get deeper with our bench and produce. But you know, games are you play the game, see what happens, and you know, they came back and did some great things against us. So you know, you got to give Ohio State credit, and but we didn't back down. So as long as we keep winning, it doesn't matter how we do it.
Any other questions for Coach?